Thanks for joining us at the Blunt Lab. I'm Al. This is Marcus. My brother Gabe. What's going on, fellas?
What's up?
All right. So what's going on with sports news with Marcus today, brother?
Hey, man, I want to start out with a cat that's been in the news a lot for the wrong reasons. The Memphis Grizzlies informed Dillon Brooks that he will not be brought back under any circumstances. Now, I'm going to say,
Amen.
I've never heard that kind of language in a negotiation or a free agency. Like, I've never heard a team say under any circumstances or under no circumstances would they bring a player back.
This is probably
It's kind of
a
insane.
first for me too.
Yeah. It's
But
kind of
it's definitely well deserved on his end. Because I mean,
Yeah.
what has he contributed to the league? What has he done for the league? What has he done for his team?
He got the Lakers fired up to beat them worse, I guess. Like, I don't know, man. Dude said he poked bears. It's just this is my thing with Dillon Brooks. If he was out there hooping, you can talk that reckless because you're providing something. And then at the end of it, when you get stopped out, like, go talk to the press about it, man. Like, don't backpedal, don't run from the accountability part. Like, listen, y'all got work. It's okay.
Oh.
You know,
It's like
my thing is, like, they've been talking this reckless for 2 years now, and they haven't accomplished anything. They're a dynasty. They're this, they're that. We're good in the West, all that. And it's like, I don't know, man. I mean, he
And
punched.
all he did,
Yeah.
like,
Like,
I can't stand LeBron.
mhm.
So with that being said, Dillon Brooks has successfully got me to root for LeBron James in that
hey man,
series.
not to get off topic,
That's
but
crazy.
why you hate on LeBron James so much, man?
I don't hate him. The guy's just he's overrated. The guy's overrated. Everybody that loves LeBron likes to suck his dick like he's some kind of king, like he's done something for the game. LeBron ain't shit. LeBron
I'll
is a
say
star
this.
chaser. That's all
I'm
he
not
is.
I'm not gonna jump on. I ain't gonna jump on your bandwagon per se, but I will say that people that love LeBron are, as they call them, bron-sexuals. Like, they do
Yes.
go hard for him, and I don't think he's overrated. I think, but like, I think about. I was just having this conversation the other day. Like, from 16 years old, the expectations that were put on this dude, like, I would say that he's exceeded it because he was supposed to be the king and he's supposed to be the greatest player ever. Like, he's not the greatest player ever, but he's in the conversation. And, like, that says a lot,
And was the
to have that
nickname
kind of pressure at
was
such a
the
young
nickname
age.
was his nickname
Mm.
given to him? Or did he? Because, when I hear him say, "Oh, I'm the king," like, nah, nigga, you ain't no fucking king. Shut the fuck up. You are not the king. You ain't never heard Michael Jordan
Yeah.
say, "I'm the king." You want to know where Michael Jordan? You want to know where Michael Jordan showed and proved he was the king? On the motherfucking court.
On the hardwood, yeah. I think the name was given to him. I don't think he was, like,
But he don't need to be
anointing
saying it,
himself
though.
that.
Yeah. He definitely
And
don't
I'll
need to
agree
be
with
saying
that.
because
I mean,
LeBron.
When he says that he's the GOAT,
LeBron,
I don't like that either.
I don't think he's a bad
Yeah.
player though.
he's not. No, I don't think he's a bad.
I mean,
No, I don't think he's a bad player at all.
he
I
definitely
think
got
LeBron
he
James
definitely
is a
got
great
hands.
player.
I mean, he's no Michael Jordan, but he definitely got hands.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
nowhere near to even sniffing Michael's butthole. So, fuck a LeBron.
But
Is what
again,
I say.
that's that conversation. I hate that the comparison
I
is
do
not
too.
fair to LeBron because he doesn't even play like Jordan. So it's like he can
No.
never be that. Like, Kobe is a close comparison to Jordan. Like,
Kobe's the
LeBron
only
plays
comparison.
like LeBron plays a completely different style of basketball. He plays a different position. He's more of a facilitator,
Who
even though he's the all-time scoring
who
leader.
would you compare him to then? Who would he be more comparable to?
Magic Johnson, Larry
Magic, Larry
Bird,
Bird, Scottie Pippen,
people who've played that position.
Brad
Scottie
Hill.
Pippen, those guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like,
But Michael Jordan,
I always, yeah. Nah, it's not a fair comparison, you know. But as far as like Dillon Brooks though, I mean, they're saying that there's there's teams in the league that are gonna look at him come free agency, and that's what I'm saying. Like he's not gonna be out of the league. If people talking about he gonna be playing in Taiwan with Dwight Howard, I'm like, he's 27
He is going to be
year
in China.
old player.
That's exactly
He
what
might.
he'll either go play. He'll either go play in China or in Russia.
Well,
Because Russia, they like guys who like to dress up like girls over there. All right, so he can go over there, wear his fur, rock his little man bangs or whatever the fuck that is on the front of his
do
fucking
you guys
face.
know what his
All right,
his
can go be
I'm just
contract
saying,
was? Do
man,
you know
like,
how long he was supposed to be playing for?
um, yeah, I know
truthfully,
his
I
contract
didn't
just ended,
S-
but
uh,
I know he's been there 6 years.
so what was he?
Like, and that's what I mean. He was there when they were like really bad, and like this season was like a really bad time to have your worst year and a contract year. Like he's played relatively well before this season. It's just this year, and then like punching people in the dick. Like he punched LeBron in the
Well,
dick. He punched Donovan Mitchell in the
let
dick.
me ask you this then.
Him and Draymond Green going back and forth.
Do you
Like,
think he's
yeah.
doing it on purpose? No, I'm saying so that
yes,
he can get
absolutely.
out from being in that team.
That I
Well, I don't
don't
know if
know.
it's to lead. I think it's definitely to make his name though. Like I think he definitely wanted to like make his name or put his name out there for because people are talking about him. Like hell,
But he's kind of sabotaging himself though.
to a
I mean, he
degree,
got what he
yeah,
wanted. We're all
Yeah.
talking about him.
yeah, yeah, man.
Definitely.
We'll see though.
Because, I mean, the dude successfully got any Laker that wasn't productive to be productive
Yes,
just to shut him the fuck up.
yeah,
I mean,
That's
that's
pretty
basically
bad.
all he did.
yeah. He put his team in a bad spot now.
Yeah, for real. Now that he's
Mhm.
successfully done that, John Moran can go back to shooting off his water guns at the club with his
Mm.
with his play buddies.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up too. I feel like part of this, well, like with that, I feel like he wasn't coming back anyway, just the way that the language was set up though. I feel like this is like a culture thing, and I really feel like this is a shot at John Morant, but they can't come out and say that though. They just gave him a big contract. He's the face of the team. But they're like, by them saying what they did about Dillon Brooks, I feel like it's a little bit of a scapegoat because he's not the only reason that they didn't win this season. Like, he's part of it, but he
Absolutely.
ain't the only reason. They need a culture change.
Absolutely.
Like, your best player is out here waving guns on Instagram Live. Like, that's a problem. You know what I mean? So, indirectly, this is their way of, like,
From what I see,
talking to Josh.
from what I see now is like they're not as
Yeah.
professional as old school guys, because back then there wasn't that type of stuff, like flashing guns and shit like that, with some of the like the younger these younger generation is just the professionalism is not there.
To a
They all
degree,
want to
yeah.
be gangsters.
And like they're getting exposure like the guys from the 80s and 90s didn't have to deal with. Like there was no Instagram
that's
or
true.
Facebook or TikTok or anything. So I understand it to that degree because I'm pretty sure a lot of them dudes are doing wild shit too, but it wasn't
Oh, they
being
were.
like broadcast for the
I mean,
world,
dude, from cocaine to hookers
Yeah.
to
hmm
impregnating underage girls, these are all things that they did that
We
we
see you,
didn't know about
Carmelo.
because yeah,
We see you, Carmelo.
fucking pedophile,
For real.
straight
But
up,
I mean,
dude.
yeah, the exposure
Like
is
they were doing
what
all
is,
like
but
we might not be what's the word I'm looking for? We might not be as big as fan of Michael Jordan if social media existed back then, because we
oh
would
no, for
actually
sure.
because Michael Jordan was a dick too, man. A dick with a
Yeah.
tendency of being an asshole a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's like,
For real.
social media does, play a big part in these guys, but nonetheless, these guys grew up with this shit. So you should
Mhm.
still find a way
To
to be
navigate it.
better.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Because there were
Yeah.
plenty of guys ahead. There are plenty of guys ahead of these guys right now who are bankrupt, homeless,
Yeah.
in jail, or God knows wherever, who
hmm
should be perfect examples for your dumbasses to not do the stupid shit that you're doing. And it goes back to that one episode that we discussed. Like, you guys are successful. You have a platform. You should be trying to make our people stronger, better, and respected. Because the shit that they're doing now, it just makes people want to disrespect us even more. We're already the most disrespected race to walk this earth. And they're doing nothing to make it better.
Hey,
And they
Yeah,
have the
they're just adding
motherfucking
to the
platform
they just
to
adding
make
to
it
the
better.
pot.
let me throw this PSA out there too. For all these young cats in the league or on their way to the league, like Mikey Williams just got in some shit, high school, phenom. The league will move on without you, fellas. This is a
Yep.
business. You are not bigger than the league. They will move
And
on, and you will, like Al said, be bankrupt or dead or in hell on earth type shit. Like, I understand, like,
Like
the
for
eyes
all
on
you youngin,
so
for everyone, look at Delonte West. Google Delonte West. A millionaire while he played ball, and look at him now.
yeah.
No clothes, dirty, in the fucking street.
On my life. What? Man, all right. Why'd you hit him? Did he attack you first from the self-defense, or did you hit him? Man, I walked down the street. Man.
With not a motherfucking penny to his name, but I can guarantee you that he had plenty of motherfuckers surrounding him when those millions were in his pocket.
Facts.
But now that he's down and out,
Well,
nobody gives a fuck.
That's
about
life.
him.
That's what normally happens, bro. It sucks.
Yeah.
So John Morant, and anyone who wants to act like John Morant, by all means, continue down the path that you're on so you can end up like Delonte West. That's all I'm going to say about that.
Hey, shout out to John, man. Do better. Like, you got the talent, kid. Like, you got it. Just do it, man. Just do better. He's capable of
Stop
it.
with the coonery,
And I'm rooting for
buffoonery.
him. Yeah. And I'm rooting for him, man. Like, I hope this is the last time we hear about anything concerning John Morant, not basketball related. Like, this, I hope, pray that this is the
And
last
Dillon
time.
Brooks, buddy, hey man, good luck in China, buddy.
Oh,
Good luck in
geez.
China. Good luck in China.
Hey, now,
You
Dillon Brooks,
light-skinned piece of shit. Good luck in
Hey.
China.
let me ask you this, bro. What if he ends up signing with your Magic? How you gonna feel? You ain't
I
gonna
will
like it.
no longer be a Magic fan. I will devote all my love and attention as a fan to the Golden State Warriors, and I will say, "Fuck you, Orlando." Because I was getting ready to fucking abandon Orlando when they brought Patrick Beverly in. I was like, they better not keep that motherfucker. You're gonna lose me as a fan. Had the New York Giants brought Deshaun Watson on, they'd have lost me as a fan. If the Magic bring that motherfucker on, they lose me as a fan. Now, I know the Magic don't give a fuck about me, but you should, because I'm one of your biggest fans. Don't bring that fucking light-skinned piece of shit to the team.
That's
We
harsh,
don't need
man.
that bitch. We don't need that bitch.
That's tough. That's tough, man.
And Dillon Brooks, you want to see me in the street with those bangs? I'll shave them right off your motherfucking head.
Hey, in reality though, a lot of the vitriol and the venom that Dillon Brooks has received these last couple of weeks, he brought it on himself, and it is what it is. Good luck, Kev.
Absolutely.
Good luck.
Yeah, good luck. Good luck in China. Good luck in China. Good luck in China.
Savage.
And moving on. Now, hey, fellas, got this new segment starting today.
All right now.
Today on TikTok. Yes, sir. So today on TikTok. Now, I'm unsure of how true it is, but I'm more inclined to believe it. China is involved in this next clip we're about to pull up. And this involves the lettuce and the egg industry. This is up in a lab right here. Yes, So she's pouring some clear goo. I don't know if that's water or what kind of solution that is. All right, now she's going for some green goo. And she's going to layer it over the clear goo. I would have to assume that the goo that they're pouring is hot and the solution is cold or cooler. Because watch what she does right here. She flips it up here to kind of blend it up together. Mm-hmm. See that shit? Looks like green fly.
Mm.
Now watch what she does. She tears it up.
Yeah, what do you think that's made out of?
I have no idea, but you see how she's like crumbling it up to make it look like a ball of lettuce. Now you see how the two colors meshed in together?
Mm-hmm.
And now she's going to wrap it up some more. Make it a full head of lettuce. Look at that. And she's going to slice into it as well. I'm kind of hoping the knife would slice right into her hand. Look at that. Now, if they chop that up and back it up as shredded lettuce,
No, nobody ain't gonna know nothing, bro. That's crazy.
And now, that's just the first video. Now, you see a young lady in that video, in that lab doing that. I have a second video, just so that folks don't say, oh, you know, that's just one person. I'm just going to pull up one more. If you want to take a dive to find out more, do it on your own. All right. This is in another lab.
Kind of
You don't
solution
actually
is
see them
that,
pour
though?
the goo in there, but you see them molding up the goo. But you see the goo on the side there.
Oh, like you said, you shred that up and put it in a bag. Nobody's gonna know anything. How would you know?
Nope.
Yeah, this the
Oh, there we
goo.
go. They actually show you him fucking with the goo.
So whatever.
And there's no telling how long this has been going on, too, folks. So we're just finding out
Mm.
now. We're just finding out now. There's no fucking telling how long. Now, you know, again, I don't know how true it is, but considering how a lot of these elites speak on population control, you know, I
Mhm.
can't put it past these motherfuckers. You know, you're finding out that
That's kinda
seasonings,
scary.
every brand of seasoning that we use, they've tested and they're testing highly high in metals, which in time when you ingest that shit literally fucks you up. Look at how sick look at how sick America is, period. And now the next clip is fucking eggs. And I love eggs. This shit is fucking disgusting. And this is also in China. And by the way, folks, I am half Chinese. I don't want you motherfuckers out there thinking I'm bashing the fucking Chinese. This is just where the fucking videos are coming from. I can't help that.
Fake eggs.
What do you know or what have you heard about fake eggs?
You tell me, nigga.
There's rumors that these fake eggs are starting to hit the market, even in
Serious.
major retail stores. I can't confirm any of this to be actually true, but it's said that they're coming out of China. What's happening to our food supply? Check out these clips I gathered.
Walmart eggs are made of plastic.
Made out of fucking plastic.
They're gonna tell you it's organic too.
Glue or some shit. I think I'm finna make some.
How do they get the shell around there?
This is fucking plastic. The whole top part is plastic.
Look at that, look at that. Look at that.
Cook the fucking egg, it's plastic. Keep watching.
Look at the yolk. Watch what he does with the yolk.
Look
Look
at
at
the
that.
bottom. This shit plastic. Shit fucking plastic.
We're eating this shit, folks. Well, I'm not. Look at that. Look at that. Just peeling it. Look at it.
Plastic.
Powdered eggs don't even do
No,
that,
powdered
man.
eggs don't.
Powdered eggs don't even do
That's
that.
insane.
So, I mean, I would just say grow your own shit, farm your own shit. And in America, with all those chemtrail plants up there, you know, grow your shit indoors, folks. You know, that way they don't fucking poison you. I mean, I don't know what else to say, but, you know, again, I don't eat lettuce, so
I do.
that lettuce shit don't. Yeah, I recommend you stop.
Yeah, I do too.
Shit. How do you
recommend
check
you
to
stop.
see if it's
Crazy,
real or
man.
fake though? There's got to be a way.
They're even saying that the meat that we consume isn't real.
Well,
The way it's fried up, balled up. And when you look at how they do shit in certain places and how ground beef is produced,
well,
like, you know, some of that
ground
shit make
beef
you
could be
vomit, man.
anything. They call ground because they're grinding up the leftovers. So it could be anything. I mean, they're calling it beef, but it could be anything. It could be pork, chicken, whatever. They mash it all together.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause there's like old clips of folks saying like they're farming humans to produce
That's
meat.
insane.
And this isn't the first time this isn't the first time it's come up. Now, I had a clip. I didn't have our glorious and fabulous editor and producer pull it up. But in this clip, this man goes into think about all the restaurants in the United States of America and all the supermarkets in the United States of America, whether big or small. Do we actually have enough farms in this country to produce all the meat that they're selling in these places? When you think of that, flip it over to how many people have gone missing in the U.S., never been found. I mean, of course, there's sex trafficking and all that other stuff, but again, this is just a clip I saw where he was
Yeah,
just
it's
like, well,
definitely
think about
something
it.
to think about because, I mean, there's definitely a lot of people on this earth, bro. So you're right. I mean, like, how many cows can you actually raise? Or chickens
How much chicken can you
Yeah.
actually
to
have? How
feed
much
the population
the salmon,
every day?
the salmon that's on the market now is basically
Mhm.
farm salmon. It's been said that the very farm salmon that they farm, they've put out in the wild, and the farm salmon are actually eating the real salmon
That's not good.
and just
That's not
wiping them
good.
out. Oh, of course not. Of course not. This is shit where, you know, that's it's it's a deep hole to dive into. But again, you know, just food for thought. It was just a point a guy was making
Mm-hmm.
regarding the
That's
meat industry.
that's insane.
Well,
That's
everything they're
very
doing now
scary.
is all synthetic. They're making everything man-made now. Doesn't matter what it is.
Yeah,
They find a way to make it.
very true.
So it's no longer natural. So who the hell
Yeah,
knows
look
That's
what
very
that
true.
shit's doing to our bodies?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, I want to know the solutions, or like what what they're making
Oh, the
these things
solution
out
is
of.
simple.
No,
The
I'm saying like,
solution is
what's the
simple.
solution? To what they're making? Like, what kind of solution is it? Or like, synthetically, like whatever they're making, like what what are the ingredients they're using to make
Well,
this stuff? You know?
you can think about it now too. They've been poisoning us for years. I mean, if you look at some of these let's say ice cream, they have all these chemicals and stuff, and you're
Mhm.
reading is like, where's the cream? Where's the sugar? Basic ingredients
Mhm.
for ice cream. It's not even in there anymore. It's just poison, pretty much, and
There
people
are
are
Yeah.
eating
food,
it. We don't
there are
think about it.
foods
Mhm.
that they have on the shelves here in the U.S. that are banned in other countries.
Mhm.
I will name the ones that I can think of off the top of my head. Ramen noodles, any form of ramen noodles. That's basically wax that you're eating. and I forget what kind of ingredient that has some kind of carcinogenic, ingredients to it. Terrible for you. Frosted Flakes, something I grew up on. I fucking loved Frosted Flakes. Lucky Charms, poison.
Well, just about all those sugary cereals is the same thing, like you said.
Pretty much. Coffee Mate, people like to put in their fucking coffee. Banned in other countries. Like all these things. But
Mhm.
yet, the U.S. will gladly have you feed that shit to your kids. And we're wondering why children are autistic. On some form.
Yeah,
People are
ADHD, all
ancient.
that stuff.
Yeah.
So I was like, they know what the
Yeah.
fuck they doing. And these are the and mind you,
No, it's cool.
the founding families have everything to do with this shit. Bill Gates buying up
Mhm.
farms, and mind you, he's been adamant about population control. So anywhere that's being supplied by the farms that Bill Gates owns, don't buy, don't eat, do not support.
How do you know where it's coming from,
Their
though?
objective is to kill you. It'll say it on the label. There's a particular place where it says where it comes from. I have a clip of that. I'll try to remember to put it out there for you guys to know. But yeah, don't.
That's
Their objective
wild.
is to. Yeah, man, it's disgusting, dude. It's disgusting.
Mhm.
I'm thinking about just going on an all-fruit diet, growing my own shit. Me and Granny, we're really not meant
Yeah.
to eat all that shit too, so. And anything that's white
Wow, that's true.
is terrible for you. You know how they told us milk was, good for the body, does the body good? Milk strips the
Mhm.
bone of calcium. And
Hmm.
before milk makes it to the shelves, that nice white milk that you see, that's not how it comes. It's usually bloody and pussy. Then they bleach that shit out to make it nice and white for you. So you're basically drinking blood and
Not to
pus
mention all the
when you're drinking
hormones
milk.
they're putting into the cows to keep them
Mm-hmm.
keep their bodies thinking that they're pregnant. You know, we
fucking
drinking all
gross.
that.
It
Yeah.
is fucking great. But that is what we have today on TikTok. We'll see how that rolls out. And I've got plenty of other clips I'd like to explore. But I'm moving on to inquiring minds want to know. So I guess I'll ask the question before going into the movies. So are movies hidden messages from the elite? Now I'm going to
Yep.
shout out a few movies. The 13th Floor, Soul, Cloud Atlas, Get Out, The Number 23, the original Planet of the Apes, The Thing, The Matrix, Jupiter Ascending, Dark City, Free Guy, and my favorite of all, They Live, with Rowdy
Oh
motherfucking
man,
Piper.
that's a classic, bro.
Yes, it is. Now, I will say this. I'm gonna mention the movies that I've seen. I've seen The 13th Floor, but I can't remember it. So I'd have to revisit that. I haven't seen Soul. I haven't seen Cloud. I've seen Get Out. I've seen the original Planet of the Apes a long time ago. I've seen both versions of The Thing. We've all seen The Matrix, I assume.
Mhm.
I never watched Jupiter Ascending because I heard it got terrible reviews, but I will check it out. I've never seen Dark City. Free Guy, that's with
Yes.
Ryan Reynolds, right?
Yeah, I liked it. I enjoyed it.
Mhm.
Okay, I haven't seen that, so I don't know what that movie's about either. But They Live. They Live from the time that I saw it till now. That's got to have some little bit of truth.
Well, it's definitely not far fetched. I mean, something like that could happen. You know, we wouldn't know unless our eyes were opened up to it. You know, it's scary to think
Yeah.
that something like that is happening.
Sure.
The Thing. Did you guys
No.
see that?
I seen the original with was it
The
Kurt
original?
Russell?
Kurt Russell's in the original, and my girl from Final Destination is in the remake.
Mhm.
What
Final
is that one?
Destination
What's
3.
that one about?
Ah, shit. Basically,
It's
something
like an
that can
alien, ain't
copy
it?
us.
Mhm.
It basically can copy us, our form, but it couldn't replicate. Like, let's say if you had an injury, you had like a rod or anything that wasn't meant to be in you, they couldn't replicate, but it could definitely copy
Okay.
you.
Mm.
And
It
it
was like
didn't
an
have our best
alien,
interests.
wasn't it?
Yeah, it was an
It was
alien
like,
that can basically replicate us.
Gotcha.
Now, Planet of the Apes, the original Planet of the Apes, I would have to rewatch that. I remember some of it, but I'd have to go back but we all know the Matrix
mhm.
and the message they were spewing there. So again, are these little, we actually mentioned it in the zombie apocalypse movies. Like a lot of these things are to prep you for what's to come, to see how you would handle
Mhm.
for what's to come. So again, do you guys think movies are hidden messages from the elite? Them just
Yep.
throwing it in our face, which I think they do every day. Especially the pedophiles, the elite pedophiles, they love throwing that in your face. They love throwing that in your face.
Like, I don't think movies are like direct reenactments of past things or things to come, but I feel like there's definitely subliminal messaging in those. And maybe not even subliminal, just straight up messaging. I feel like if somebody comes up with an idea that far fetched, if you think about it, then there has to be some kind of like underlying truth to it or some kind of like scientific basis to think that this is possible. You know what I mean? I've seen the movie Soul, and I can see that. Like, I don't think any of this stuff is far fetched. I feel like anything is possible. If we can think it, it can be done. That's how I'm looking at it.
Get Out. Get Out was
Yeah.
one of the freakiest ones.
It's like a body snatchers kind of
Pretty
situation
much.
where it's like your
I'm surprised that
consciousness.
movie's not on the list.
Yeah. But I mean, like, what's
Yeah, I might-
the significance though? Like, my thing is like with those movies, are there certain examples they're saying that are like the messaging, or is it just like in general?
It's a good
Or do
question.
they have like certain like parts of the movies where you're like, this is possible? Like, I haven't seen Jupiter Ascending either. But like with the Matrix, like you said, like that was clearly what
First
that was
Blade.
about. Yeah, like I've heard that conversation. I don't buy it per se, but I don't think it's like impossible that this is a simulation. Because they say if you can create a simulation, then you might be in a simulation,
Now we're inside a computer program?
Is it really so hard to believe?
which is, you know, fair, I guess. But I don't know. I don't think anything is like out of
We're
the
just
realm.
set up to be worker bees, if you see how the system is set up.
Mhm.
The elites kind of set it up for us to be workers. Do what we're told, when we're told, how we're told. They don't want us to be creative. They don't want us to be free thinkers.
Well, not
Sure.
everybody plays by the rules either, though. You know what I'm saying?
And the ones that don't play by the rules
Right. I
get
know.
on the line.
They're the ones that get the act.
They're made
know?
examples of. So, yeah. But I've always felt like that as far as movies are concerned. Like, even like when we talk about the zombie thing, like, was it the original Night of the Living Dead? Like, there's some basis to that, you know? Obviously, not people coming back, you know, from the dead and eating people, but there's certain parts of that that are like accurate
I
or
believe
like,
it was actually the funny one that my wife loves so much, The Return of the Living Dead. I think there was a particular chemical that like
Yeah.
reanimated the body.
What chemical? 2,4,5-trioxin, it's called. It was to kind of spray on marijuana or something.
But not as
Wow.
exaggerated as they made it out to be in the movie.
Then when you think about like voodoo and
Yes.
certain things of that aspect, like reanimation, like that's not something that's not possible. Like
Much
to
far-fetched.
what degree it can go to, that's that's neither here nor there. But the fact that a person can be gone and then their body be reanimated, like I feel like that's something that's out there. Like you know what I mean? Like I don't even think it's.
I'll reference this movie, The Serpent and the Rainbow. Wes Craven kind of,
Yeah.
did his thing with it. But, go to that, granted, it is a movie, but there are certain things and certain aspects of that stuff that they show in that movie, television.
What do you want?
I want to hear you scream.
I won't say I believe in it, but, I respect it enough not to fuck with it.
Exactly. That's it. I respect it. I'll leave it alone. I don't want no part of it. But I think anything like that, I feel like can be possible. Like, I don't know. I don't know. I've like researched and looked at different things about just the stuff that like scientists and like engineers and everything, like all these like far more intelligent people than myself are like working on. That's what I mean. Like possibilities are endless, and it's kind of scary because you don't know what people's interests are or what their agenda is. So, that part of it's scary, but I don't know. It's wild, man. I don't put nothing
sure.
past anybody. I don't say anything that's
Especially
not
there.
possible.
Especially the white
I think
elite.
there is some truth in a lot of these movies, and who's to say that, they haven't tried some of these things already, you know what I'm saying? And they're not gonna
Absolutely.
broadcast, hey, we tried to make zombies, you know what I'm saying? But it's possible that they've already tried that, and the idea from a movie maybe came from that, So
Exactly.
it's just they
Yeah.
don't tell us everything, you know what I'm saying?
No.
Oh,
So I mean,
tell us
They
like
most
2%
certainly
no, they
never will.
definitely not.
It was
'Cause
like
here's the thing.
2% of
Yep.
what's actually happening.
The ones that are actually telling us the truth, the people above them have gone out of their way to discredit the ones telling us the truth. So we're quick to dismiss the ones telling us the truth. If you guys know, this has nothing to do with what we're talking about, but it has to do with the elites and higher ups. Orlando Brown, Disney product. Go, Google him, listen to his rants. Now, he sounds crazy, but a lot of what he's saying is true. Because I've heard the guys from B2K kind of back up what he was saying, admitting to the things that they've done because of the higher ups.
Yeah.
And I think you were just showing me a video of one I sent you of a producer who tried to make it in the industry, and he's telling you what they're trying to do.
We're talking to Matt Hoffa. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard what's his name? Cassidy. You remember Cassidy, the rapper? I've heard
Yes.
Cassidy talk about that. Noriega. Like he's got drink champs and like shout out to him for doing well with that. But I don't know if people remember how nice Nori was. Like Nori was nice. But he only got so far. But he said they give you options. You can, one, make it off your talent, see where it takes you. Option two,
Two.
you're gonna
Suck his
do
dick.
you're gonna do some shit that's against your moral code, and we're gonna blackmail you and hold that over you, but you'll be a superstar. Or option three, you can sacrifice something or someone and we'll make you a superstar. But again, there's these things that we're gonna hold over you. But looking like a Brian McKnight, we know Brian McKnight. Brian McKnight has one of the best voices in
Ever.
R&B ever. And half the people, most people that will watch this don't even know who the hell Brian McKnight is. How's that
The
possible?
younger generation
As nice
doesn't.
as that dude is.
We do.
No, yeah,
Most
I
folks
have
don't know
no
who,
idea.
most folks don't know who Maya is. And
That's
she's as
crazy.
recent as the early 2000s.
And Maya was dope. Super
And
dope.
she wasn't down to do all that funny business, and you see where it got
Mhm.
her. Look at Beyonce.
Exactly.
But look at Beyonce. Look at Beyonce, though. Look at Beyonce, though. Look at Beyonce, though. Look at
And I
Jay-Z,
don't,
though.
and I don't want to
Mhm.
I
I
ain't
don't
trying
like
to get
Jay-Z,
nobody
bro.
on nobody bad side, man.
I don't like Jay-Z
Like,
either. He's a demon.
like Beyonce, I respect the hell out of her because of what
I
she's
do
done.
not.
But with that being said, it's like, I don't know,
Yeah,
man. That Illuminati conversation and stuff like that, like, I feel like there's some credence to it because, come on, bro. Some of it don't make sense, you know? Like,
It don't.
some cats
But I'm
being
going to
where
take
they
a deep
are,
dive.
it's like,
Like, there are some cats you're wondering, why are they getting this much publicity? Why are they getting paid so much money? And virtually they're no talent ass clowns. I mean, I'm not saying that I'm better than anyone else, but I mean, the Island Boys. I hate to bring them up because, you know, they deserve
yeah,
no shot.
I don't like them either.
well, I mean, that's clear what that is, though. That's clear what that is, though. Like, these dudes will do anything for clout type shit. But then there's some people in the industry that you can tell why they are where they are because they are talented as hell. Like, super talented, you know? Like, Childish Gambino is super talented. Donald Glover, motherfucking act. He can sing. He can rap. He does stand-up comedy. He's a producer. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he's well-rounded in the industry. He can do everything. But then you got, like you said, you got Island Boys. And then, honestly, man, most of these cats that, like, made it from YouTube, no disrespect to YouTube, love YouTube, but a lot of them cats, they're not, you know what that is. They were on Vine or they were on these social media sites acting foolish, doing wild shit. And it's like, yeah, man, we know what that is. Like, you'll make yourself look like a clown for likes or follows or what, you know
But
what
it's
I mean?
crazy how
Like,
everybody falls
I
into
don't know.
that trap though. It's like, you know, they do all this stupid shit and they generating a following from that. And it
Yeah.
doesn't make sense to me. Like, it's stupid.
No, it really doesn't. It's not
No, it's
entertainment
not.
People love
for the most part.
People love to watch shit burn, man. People love to watch things burn. I mean, I don't know how else people love to watch things
And
burn.
people like to see other people look like fucking clowns and look foolish. I am one of those people that does not want to see that. Oh, I don't find joy or entertainment in watching people act foolish. But there's
mean-
a healthy amount of people that do.
If the Island Boys were funny, that'd be a different thing, but
Exactly.
they're not doing anything that's funny.
No.
They're not entertaining. They're not talented.
And they're culture
I
vultures.
mean, literally, if I knew we can get paid the way they got paid just coming up with some dumbass song, we could have did that
It's
years
funny
ago.
though.
Yeah.
As much as we're bashing them, we're still talking about them though.
Well, I can't. Yeah.
Exactly.
And you saw how
Yeah.
mad I was, and I had to bring them up. But I mean, like, but I'm just saying, look at the clout they're getting. You know,
So it just
what
it
they
just
had to do.
seems
That's what I'm
like you
saying.
either
They're-
love them or you hate them. You know.
Like, people
Like, I don't
are
hate them.
willing to.
to.
Yeah, they really aren't. But people are willing to go to any amount, like any length to get fame or fortune or clout or publicity. And it's like, at what point does your moral compass like go off where it's like, this is ridiculous? Like, what, you know what I mean? Like, what are we doing?
Nowadays there is
And at some point, people got
there is no moral
you know?
compass right now.
Like,
There's none.
what's your next act? If you're just gonna be a clown on, social media, like what's the next thing? Because at some point, people are gonna get tired of that. So, do you have like actual talent to like You know, because there's a lot of people that have made it from social media and they've like skyrocketed because they actually have talent and they have, you know what I
Right.
mean? Like they have more to them. But then you got people that I don't know, they're just still searching for that big hit. That's as it's I don't know, man. I was just never really like falling into that. Oh, I'm just willing to be a fucking moron for people to like me.
Yeah,
Like
for
fuck
real.
that. Like me, hate me. I don't care. I don't
You
care.
know?
I still gotta go about my business, you know? And I feel like we're as a unit, as a family, all of us are family. I feel like we are talented as a family. So I think talent would trump foolishness, or like you would say, coonery buffoonery.
You would think,
You
but I
know?
don't know. In this day and age, I, I have no words for it. Like some of the stuff that's coming out,
Yeah.
it's like, what are you thinking?
Mhm.
It's
Yeah, what are you
ridiculous.
thinking? What the hell?
Yeah.
And on that note, folks, that is all the time we have. So
Sure.
feel free to let us know what you think. Our movies, hidden messages from the elite. Like, subscribe, comment. We'll revisit.
Oh yeah.
From Marcus, Gabe, and Al. Peace.
Later.